Look at the Vietnam War era. Young men were drafted against their will, thrust into suffering, death, and trauma. These men, like Christ, bore a cross they didn't choose. Yet, when they returned home, they were spit on, rejected, and scorned, not unlike the way the Jews and Romans mocked the bleeding Son of God. These men, who gave themselves for the country, were met not with love but contempt. At the same time, a new kind of man flourished, the draft-dodging hippie, the peace-preaching rebel, often visually modeled after the European image of Christ, long hair, beard, sandals. These men avoided crucifixion, but resembled salvation. Women, freed from biological consequence, chose freedom over sacrifice, image over substance. This inversion of values wasn't just a social shift, it was a spiritual upheaval. When the symbols of sacrifice are scorned, and those who mimic holiness but avoid its cost are glorified, we are no longer aligned with the deeper truths of life. We are, instead, under a new kind of curse, emptiness disguised as freedom. And now, decades later, we see the fruit of that inversion. Many modern women, educated, free, unburdened by children, report feeling unfulfilled, anxious, or spiritually lost. Some look back with bitterness, not understanding why the world no longer offers meaning. This is their crucifixion, not of the body, but of the soul. Having bypassed the crucifixion of motherhood and domestic sacrifice, they now face a psychological and existential pain that has no clear redemption arc. Meanwhile, men, now told their sacrifices are oppressive, their labors unnecessary, and their roles obsolete, withdraw. Many disengage from relationships, career ambition, or society itself. They opt out, not from laziness, but from disillusionment. If their crucifixion is no longer honored, then why climb the hill at all? This is not merely a crisis of gender, it is a crisis of meaning. We are a culture that has separated pleasure from pain, responsibility from identity, and sex from sacrifice. But just as Christ's crucifixion was necessary for resurrection, so too is the enduring wisdom of consequence vital to any renewal. If women are to be honored for their inherent worth, then the path of creation must be reclaimed, not necessarily through childbirth alone, but through self-sacrificial purpose. And if men are to reclaim their value, it will not be through brute force or charm, but by embodying truth, provision, and protection, even when it is thankless. The old myths had wisdom encoded into them. Dragons guard treasure. That treasure is not just gold, but the future itself, love, children, peace, legacy. To slay the dragon, one must suffer. To bear life, one must endure pain. But once we separate the trial from the reward, we enter a world of false light, a garden where the fruit is easy to reach, but poisoned by the absence of cost.